Okay, everybody, we got a new video here regarding an article from a few days back. I found it very informative. It's very transparent. It's talking about the big money from the professional sports leagues. So let's jump into the article and then let's offer our comments as we go through it. Here we go. So, the title of the article, of course, is How U.S. Sports Leagues Make Money. So it says between 2022 and 2023, five major U.S. sports leagues collectively earned $49.3 billion. So the NFL generated the highest revenue at $18.7 billion, significantly outpacing both the NBA and Major League Baseball, which each brought in 10.9. So that's interesting that both NBA and MLB are exactly on the same tier. So although the main sources of league revenues have largely remained unchanged over the last 4 decades, there are distinct variations in the revenue breakdown of each sport. So this graphic via Visual Capitalist breaks down U.S. sports leagues by revenue stream based on data from Sportico. And it says here, we'll go back to the visual in a second, breaking down U.S. sports league revenues. Below, we show how each major league generates revenue based on their primary sources of revenue. So revenue for the NFL and MLB is as of 2022, and then revenue for NBA and NHL is for the 22-23 season. And revenue for the Major League Soccer is also as of 2023. So let's see here. NFL, central revenue is 66%. And if we go back to the visual here, it says that this is media, broadcast deals, the merchandise itself, then the shared ticket revenue and other sponsorships such as stadium naming rights, et cetera, et cetera. Other sponsorships directly with the league versus the teams, okay? So maybe not necessarily stadium rights. That would be more on the team generation, team level. But then seating and suites for NFL, 17%. Team sponsorships, there you go, for the league, as measured on the team level, is 10% of the league itself. So we could say that 10% of everything that's coming through the NFL is on the team level, not the league level. For example, stadium and all those sorts of radio ad, similar local car dealerships, if they're the official car dealer of, etc. So local media is 2%. That would be radio. And similar, and then we got 6% of NFL is concession and parking and those types of sales. So NBA central revenue, 41%, and then the seating is up to 26%, team sponsorships 12%, local media is 13%. That's quite interesting, and then concessions 8%. So now MLB central revenue is actually quite weak, 26%. Seating and suites would be where they try to make their money. They have a lot of games during the season. Team sponsorships kind of average at 11%. Then we have local media. Wow, way up at 23%. That's probably for radio. And then concessions at 10. NHL, this is quite weak at roughly 20%. And then we have seating is up for 44%. Team sponsorships is 14%, so a little above average. Local media is actually not bad. Concession and parking is also not bad. And then Major League Soccer is maybe a little bit of an outlier here where central revenue is quite weak. Seedings is actually quite strong. Team sponsorship is also quite strong, maybe similar to European soccer, football. Local media is 0, which is saying a lot. Maybe they just don't have the ability to compete with the other big leagues. And then concession parking is actually quite a big percent. So it's a different model altogether. So it says here again, central revenue includes league media, merchandise, other sponsorships, and shared ticket revenue. So as we can see, central revenue, which largely consists of media and broadcast deals, is the most important revenue source for both the NFL and the NBA, right there. And so since 2018, the NFL has grown from 61 of the top 100 most watched TV broadcasts to 93 of the top 100 as of 2023. That's amazing. So adding to this, streaming platforms are increasingly signing contracts with the NFL, including Netflix paying $150 million to stream 2 2024 Christmas games, and Amazon paying $1 billion to stream Thursday night games exclusively on digital. So additionally, the NBA recently signed an 11-year, $76 billion deal with ESPN, Amazon, and NBC that is worth more than double its previous contract, correct? Moreover, this trend is significantly increasing media deal values is seen across every major league amid high consumer demand for professional sports. So for the MLB, local media is a vital source of revenue with nearly a quarter of revenues coming from this source, more than any other sport by far. In fact, each day an average of 2.3 million viewers watch MLB games on regional sports networks. Correct. So, meanwhile, the NHL makes the highest share of revenue from seating and suite sales compared to major sports leagues at 44% due to its attracting less lucrative TV contracts. So, I think this is quite a revealing article. It shows the different natures. So NHL and Major League Soccer have a little bit of different market dynamics. MLB is also a bit funky because they just have so many games. And then the two big sort of animals would be NFL and NBA. They sort of set the bar, they raise the standard, and of course you can see for central revenue, which is more core to the league itself, they're way up there. So the other leagues don't have nearly as strong a brand, you could say, and they get their revenue as a percent of their pie chart from seeding and from team sponsorships, which is the European model for soccer down here, and then of course Major League Soccer local media. That's quite funky, and then concessions. So that's a good way to sort of squeeze money. So the NFL doesn't really value parking and doesn't really value local media because it's on a national, if not international. Team sponsorship is a healthy average. But then really seeding is a little bit below average because the central revenue is so huge, which means that the brand itself is so strong for the NFL. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up this video, but it's a good refresher on how 501c4s work in the United States. Most of these leagues, if not all of them, are 501c4, so they're nonprofits. So the fact that the top line of this article says that they collectively earned, all five of these leagues, nearly $50 billion says something to run a nonprofit. So hope you guys enjoyed this video and wishing you all a very good day, and see you again with another video soon.